Hello everyone, watching, commenting over something Limbo one more time. And, you know what, we finally got this working, and I think this is a bad idea.
No, it's not.
Everyone's out of mood.
Yeah, oh well,
that's
splat!
gross.
Never mind, I guess we'll make do.
That was just really grody.
I don't
know, I like that part, because, like,
it's
the
satisfying.
soundscape was really nice. No, it sounded really nice.
No, what is it? No, it's just
as weird as that sounds.
The crunch and the smush of just, shoving
that's
that spider into the, spike pit is just so satisfying. It, triggers every, satisfactory whatever in the brain that just makes hurting things pleasurable.
I think that's just also my point that I have not played this game, so I do not know how you guys felt. But it does look really satisfying, but I'm just like, it sounds so gross because it's the added atmosphere.
I'm commenting. Wow, I couldn't open my mouth for a second.
This part's disturbing for reasons. You'll see why.
This whole game is disturbing.
Using bodies.
Ooh, music!
The song's called Boys Fort.
Oh, I felt bad for this guy.
I felt bad for him too.
I was like, oh no.
But you want to hear? But you know what the funny part is that if he didn't have that worm on his head, he'd probably be trying to kill you.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I know that would have probably been the other. What was probably going to happen?
Here's a nice attention to detail. The kid throws a rock at you when you leave.
Wait, did that kid die?
I feel sorry for this kid, even though he's already dead.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this is so,
desecrating his corpse just so you can...
I was gonna say this last part, but I'm just like, damn, this kid's gonna have some severe-ass PTSD.
Well,
God.
I'll save that for the last part because it's pretty special. And here's a little bit of epic foreshadowing of showing those things eating the worms, so that way you know what to do later on. And also the kid in the sunshine with the worm on his head, so that way you know the sunshine paralyzes the worm. Oh yeah, you will die on those buttons in your first playthrough if you do not know which one kills you, in which way.
Yeah, I thought it was the one in the middle. So, I went to jump onto a cross, and then it didn't work. Oh, this part.
This actually is really nicely detailed.
Yeah, I run ahead of him so you don't watch him die. Oh wait, no, yeah, I die right there, never mind. My foot gets clipped and I die for some reason.
Clipping!
And I just jump cut right back to it so that way you don't have to watch me.
That part, I was just like...
Oh my god.
Severe PTSD.
I feel like
No, it's like...
I was like, I feel like I shouldn't like this, but...
No, it's like... They're trying to kill you, but at the same time, when you watch them die, you can't help but feel wrong.
Yeah, I know, I was just like... I feel like I shouldn't like this part, but...
I know,
Laura, you're so morbid!
He's trying to kill me with a blow dart that's probably poisoned, and as per usual, they're very, slow and painful deaths. So he's trying to cause a slow and painful death to me, so at least I'm doing the dignity of killing him instantly.
Fair point.
I don't know, it's just still, it's like... the only other human in the entire game that you see, that you come closest to, is someone that gets smashed in your face.
Like I said, severe-ass PTSD.
I don't know what that means.
Post-traumatic stress disorder?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh. And pulling off Tarzan, which you do a lot in this game for some reason.
Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
The only real criticism I can think about this game is that the latter part of the game gets a bit too puzzle-heavy, which kind of destroys a bit of the atmosphere because you're constantly doing something and don't have time to just walk around and take in what you're looking at. The end of the game is pretty much timed puzzle, what is it, puzzle where you have all the time in the world. And here we're introduced to brain worms. Someone else explain it because I've been talking
This
too much.
part pissed me off. It reverses. You can only walk in one direction until it decides that you want to walk into a different direction. Like where we're walking left until we walked into sunshine, and it was like, oh, I don't like that. Let's go the other way. And you can't. You can only slow down. You can't stop. And you can speed up. And you can speed up. You can slow down, but you can't stop.
If
And
you're
you can't
hanging
turn around unless this thing wants to turn you around, like at this part.
what is it? If you're hanging on a ledge or on a ladder, you can stay put indefinitely.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
But that's only useful later in the game. Then there's this little bullfrog right there. At least I think he's a bullfrog.
I hope this thing get the food.
I like to think he's a bullfrog.
Yeah, I like that.
Now the thing is, you give him food, but then you trap him into a mechanism and force him to run like a little gerbil. And then here's video game logic at its finest. It's raining. Why is it raining?
Because it can.
Why not?
I mean, we just pulled a random lever that is sitting in the middle of nowhere, attached to a gear system that, for all we know, does nothing, and all of a sudden it rains.
I think it's also more for added effect rather than anything.
And unfortunately, here I waste our time by filling up the pool, then realizing I have to move the log to the middle first.
Wah, 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 wah.
And then I have to wait for it to drain. Oh, and also, this game follows platformer logic of your character cannot swim. Which I sort of hate, but at the same time...
What was that?
I hate that so much, especially when it comes
Oh.
to Sonic.
Well, in this game it makes a bit more sense because you're a small child.
Fair point.
In Sonic, it didn't make much sense considering the fact that, like,
It was a misconception by Yuji Naka.
It's okay, we don't forget.
it was I found it annoying because, like, I read in one of the comics that he, like, liked swimming, and then all of a sudden he didn't. And I was like, what is going on? I'm so lost.
Comics, don't pay attention to that canon.
No, but the part was that, like, I remember this one part that looked exactly like the water level in the second.
I died.
Nice. In the second, where we talk, where did Sonic come up?
Labyrinth Zone?
Oh, I don't know. It was the one water level that looked exactly like the one in the comic.
Wait, which game? First, second, or third?
Second, Sonic.
Oh, second, Aquatic Ruin Zone.
Ruin.
Yeah, something like that at least. I haven't played it in
My
forever.
goodness, we are pulling off a brain scratch. We're talking about Sonic in a completely unrelated game.
Other than the fact that the only thing that's related here is platformers and water equals death.
So we're
Yeah.
somewhat on topic.
So,
If you
not
watch
really.
Brain Scratch, you know exactly what I'm talking about, but you
I
don't.
have no idea what BrainScratch is, so, you know.
Okay,
Aw,
they're-
John, you're missing out.
they're a completely unprofessional game commentary group that is a bunch of Sonic nerds that mainly play retro games. They're relatively unpopular for the most part.
Rackard,
Yeah.
Tennis.
When I say unpopular, I mean like no one likes them. I mean not well known. That's what I probably should say. They're not
They're
a
actually pretty well known. They almost got a booth at MomoCon.
PewDiePie. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, BioWare beat him out, and they didn't know, like, the people at the MomoCon actually did not know how many followers BrainScratch had when they didn't get the booth.
That box is sinking.
It is. If you pay attention.
Oh, there's a hole!
Yeah.
There's a hole in my box.
There's a snake in my boat.
Spy sapping my sentry.
Making references to
reference
unrelated
to-
topics, this is us.
I was going to make a reference but I don't think anybody else will get it. But remember that Sentry video, Tyler? Or remember that Sentry video?
Oh yeah, Sentry going up. Damn it!
Yeah, the Sentry starts like going up literally, and then he just looks up and casually says, "Damn it!" as if it's happened more than once.
I guess I'll put a link in the. I'll put an annotation at this part or something, and during post edit or something. Dead silence.
Platformer logic at its finest.
Well, I mean, now there's not as much to talk about in the game. I mean, we pretty much covered all the important aspects. The game is essentially just story told through the environments you go through and the platforms you go through.
Which I very much like in anything.
Well, yeah, it's wonderful as a game, but it doesn't give much to talk over.
Yeah, but it's so much more. This
is gonna be fun when I record
like,
Eve for my channel.
Oh yeah, I die here.
Oh my god.
Pathetic.
That's like 2 feet of water!
I know.
It's kind of like the part where you can see like all of the air, like, and his like arms flailing, like.
Same.
It's just like, oh god.
You don't want to see this boy die, you know?
Yeah, it's like no.
Yeah, it's depressing when you like see him die.
I mean, it's like you don't know him, he doesn't have any personality, he is the most basic model you've ever seen in a video game, yet you're so depressed when he dies.
Take that, Link!
That's actually a very good point. I never would have thought of that.
Great.
Here's another worm section coming up, I think. I'm not sure.
The only reason I made that joke is due to Ocarina of Time.
I've never played that game, but I know how he's a robot in that one.
Oh god, did you die again?
Oh yeah, this is one of the other things I really hate about them, is that they just walking you into your death.
I don't know, the thing is, okay, I know what the world actually is in this game. I will read the definition of what Limbo means, which explains this game entirely at the last part. But at the same time, on a biological standpoint, what is the point in this worm? Is it eating your brain, is it eating your brain, which is causing...
It's video game logic.
No, I'm gonna bring logic into this bitch, okay?
Oh my god, Tyler, are you nuts?
Okay, then. Okay, I'm going to assume it's eating your brain, so while it's eating your brain, it's causing you to infinitely walk forward, but when it's causing you to infinitely walk forward, it generally leads you to its death, and when you die, doesn't mean it dies too? So it means it's not getting fed, so it means... What's going on? What's the point?
I still can't get over the take that Link comment, I'm sorry.
Steam effects here on the worm.
Yes. When I first played the game, I thought the falling debris would hurt you or kill you. It doesn't.
By the way, this is really late in the game to mention, but Doctor from the last part is actually here. He's just not talking due to sickness. Unrelated topic, but he wants to be mentioned.
Oh, when I was playing this, I actually jumped into the spikes and died.
Wait, are you serious?
Well, what is it? The pipe was coming up, and I thought, oh, I'll just jump on the pipe, wait for it to float up, and get on that platform, because I forgot I had the worm on my head, and I walked into the spikes.
Wait a minute. We don't want that. We know nothing about this kid, but we don't want him to die. It's Majora's Mask!
Dun dun dun. Oh,
yes! Frickin' worm.
Okay then, so that was Limbo Part 2. Yeah, we were kind of quiet that part. We'll do something about it in the third part. So, any last comments?
Can we make sure we upload Can we record Part 3? That way we don't sound like Valve.
I'll try to. If I can squeeze it in, hopefully.
Please, can we? That way we don't look like Valve and never release Part 3.
Oh, I don't have anything.
Okay then. See you next part.